Welcome you all to this wonderful session on leadership. Myself, Arun Samuel J. from the Department of Commerce, become Accounting and Finance, along with MCOM International Business. Okay, the leadership is just not about the managing people, but it's a critical part. Okay, it is all about influencing and inspiring and guiding an organization towards the achievement or towards the success. Okay, in this session, we are going to discuss some important concept of leadership from the perspective or from the point of strategic business leader. So in this session, we are going to discuss some introductory part of strategic business leader and nature and importance of the leadership, standpoints of different kind of standpoints of leadership, perspectives on leadership, and the proper meaning of effective leadership or effective leader and different core leadership theories with the real world examples. Yes. So the SBL is having some relationship with professional skills. Okay. So they are communication, commercial acumen, analysis skill, skepticism, evaluation skill. So first one is communication. The communication is just not about the fluency of a language, but it is also about how you are conveying information to others. So it is an ability to conveying the information effectively to diverse audience using appropriate tone, style, or medium. Okay, next one, commercial acumen. Like it is about understanding the situation. In business, there are two kind of environments. One is micro, another one is macro. So the micro environment factors are controllable, but the macro environment factors are not controllable. For example, employees of an institution or organization can be controllable factors, but the outside people or the government, the rules and regulations of the government can't be controllable. So as a leader, as a business person, as a head of an institution, I have to understand the opportunities, threats, strength and weakness of an organization. Then only I can adopt myself with that particular business. Next one, analyzing skill. Now I am having the proper knowledge of micro environment factor as well as macro environment factor. Based on that, I can evaluate the complex situation or can evaluate or can analyze the complex information. Then I can find the key component or key issues. Then I can give the solution for that. Next one is skepticism. I have to approach every situation with some questions. Next one, evaluation skill, accessing the options. So I am having the proper communication skill, commercial acumen skill, analysis skill, skepticism, then finally evaluation. I have to evaluate the situation. Different kind of situation are having different standpoints. Based on that, I have to give proper solution for that. Next one, the leadership, the main subject. So the leadership. So in this word or in this definition, you can see different kind of words. One is interpersonal, another one is influence, another one is goal. Yes. So there are three important words are there. One is interpersonal skill, another one is influence, next one is goal. So the leadership is a interpersonal skill. So the leadership is interrelated with interpersonal skills of that person. So the first interpersonal skill is communication. So we already discussed that the communication is not about the fluency of a language or proficiency of a language, but it is also linked with how you are conveying one complex information to all the people. For example, if you are a head of an institution or the CEO or executive level person, you have to convey one proper information or one sensitive information to the whole institution. So you can convey that information, which means to the information to the management level employees, you can convey through the email or something. The same information can be conveyed to the bottom level employees in different ways, because they are having basic understanding capacity. Based on that, for example, in their language, you have to convey that information. Next one, influence. As a person or as a leader of an institution, you are having some positional authority. So you are having a position, which means it represents a principal, dean, managing director, chief executive officer. As a position, you are having the influence. The final one is goal. So, the achievement of goal is important in the leadership. As a head of an institution, I am having the goal to maximize my profit. As a team captain, my goal is to win that trophy or World Cup. So, the final achievement would be the goal. Next definition of a leadership is the leadership is the ability of an individual or group of individuals to influence, guide the followers or other members of an organization, other members of an organization. So, other members of an organization. So, in this sense or in this definition, you can understand three different words. One is the ability of the person or influence of the person or guidance. For example, one practical example, a cricket team is chasing a high score in the match. For example, Indian cricket team எடுத்துக்கோங்க. Indian cricket team was playing against an Australia, the mighty Australian team. They are chasing huge target, for example, 350. The opening batter is Rohit Sharma, captain, the leader of an institution or leader of a team. So he has the ability. He is a leader because he is having the ability to lead the whole team. So he's having the ability. Then he can influence the group of the individual, which means he can influence the team members. So in case of the present situation, he can influence positively or he can influence negatively. So the Rohit Sharma will choose the positive approach because he will open the bat and he will give some impact on the scorecard. So he batted well and scored 100 vechikalam. The remaining batters will be influenced because of Rohit's performance. Next, after dismissal of the Rohit, he would have a capacity to guide that people, guide that members. So he can be a influence factor. He can guidance. Then he can be an inspiration to other members. That is what leadership says. Next one, different standpoints of leadership. One is positional, next one, character, third one, category of behavior. So, first viewpoint is a position. For example, Elon Musk. Elon Musk is a CEO and co-founder of Tesla and also a SpaceX. சரிங்களா based on his position CEO or co-founder naturally is having some authority on that institution. If he made one decision, that decision will definitely affect the whole investors or whole employees because of his position. Next one, character or nature of the person. For example, Gandhi. You can take one positive example, Mahatma Gandhi. So in 1990s, Gandhi was not a president of India. Gandhi was not a prime minister of India, but he influenced the people because of his nature. Okay, because of his natural character, ahimsa, the called ahimsa, he approached or influenced more youngsters and more women in India. Natural leader. Next one, category of behavior. Some situations will give the great leaders. For example, one practical example எடுத்துக்கலாம். In case as a teacher, I want to conduct one event with the help of the students. I am announcing one event னு வச்சுக்கலாம். In that situation, some persons will represent themselves and help me. So that person would be the natural leader based on the behavior. Based on the situation, he can be a leader. Next one, some perspectives on leadership. So there are three perspectives or three approaches on leadership. One is power influence, second one situational, third one integrative. Power and influence. This approach examines how leaders use power and influence to achieve organizational goals. So the power represents law, coercive, reward, referent. As a positional leader, I am legally having some powers. For example, as an authority, I can provide orders to complete that work. Next one, coercion or coercive, compelling my workers to complete the work. Next, based on the reward, if you complete this work within these timings, I will give the reward. Next one, referent. Referent means it is nothing but you are promoting. For example, currently you are the manager. If you complete this task, I would give the promotion, which means you would be a general manager or senior manager level. So, and the tactics leaders employ to influence the people. Then power or influence are used to get work done. Power is based on the positional authority and influence is based on the relationship. If you are a manager, you have the good relationship with your employees, then only a power influence approach would be possible. Next one, situational approach. Leadership is a leadership style that adjusts to the specific needs of a situation of individual. It recognizes different situations require different kind of leadership approaches. Rather than adhering to a single leadership style, successful leaders adapt their behaviors to meet the needs of their team members and requirement of the task at the current hand. Okay. Next, for example, the leadership styles in the situation approach may be telling or directing, selling, coaching. Third one, participating and supporting. For example, after completion of UG degree, one individual, one student can be an employee of TCS Club. So they will provide, starting stage, they will provide some training. Then the management will give that opportunity to the new employees in real work. Next, there would be a managers. So three different situations. Next one, the characteristics of situational leadership. One is flexibility. Next one, consideration. Third one, assessment, honesty. So the flexibility. The situational leaders change their leadership style based on the requirement. I have to complete this task. I have to adapt myself with the situation. Next one, consideration. I have to consider the some important factors. For example, the knowledge, experience, and motivation of my followers. Next one, situation assessment. Situational leaders assess the situation. For example, based on the climate or based on some important things, I have to assess the situation. Next one, honesty. I have to accept everything. Situational leaders must be honest with themselves and their team members to adapt and change better leadership style. Next one, integrative approach. Integrative approach or integrative style of leadership is an emerging leadership approach that fosters collective actions across many types of boundaries in order to achieve common good. For example, I have to achieve one goal. For that, I can or I may go to any extreme. That is what integrative approach. Yes. Next one, effective leadership. The meaning of effective leadership. So, effective leadership is about executing company's vision and setting the tone and the culture for that particular organization. However, a clear, well communicated vision is key to inspiring others. Yes, listen everyone. The effective leadership is about executing company's vision. So every corporate organization or every big organization will have some vision or mission. Okay. So for example, our institution or our college is also having some vision or mission statement. It is important for us, important for faculty. As a faculty, I have to understand the vision of my institution. Then based on that, I can improvise myself. Then I can adapt myself and I will give the output to you. Because as a student, you are the stakeholders for me. As a stakeholder, I have to understand your demand. I have to understand your demand. Based on the demand, I have to give the supply. Okay, that is what the vision. So as a effective leader, you have to understand or you have to define the vision statement. Based on that, you have to proceed with that. Next one, effective leadership is ethical. You have to achieve everything with some rules and regulation ethically. That would be effective leadership. Then the clear vision and direction, strong communication skills, adaptability, empathy, and emotional intelligence. These are the some characteristics of effective leadership. So for the clear vision and direction, you can take example from the Microsoft. Satya Nadella. Okay, next one, strong communication skill. Jacinta Arun, the former president of New Zealand, and adaptability. Reed has it is interesting factor. Netflix was once renting DVDs to the people. Now they are global streaming platform and also they are producing more films and more web series. Empathy and emotional for that Princess Diana is possible example. Next one. Next one, core leadership theories. There are some core leadership theories in your subject. One is trait theory. Next one, behavioral theory. Then contingency theory. Last, transformational theory. So you have to understand why we need to learn the leadership theories. Leadership theories are set of concepts and principles that explain how and why people become a leader. Okay, for example, if you want to understand the meaning of commerce, you have to learn the definition for the commerce. Commerce. Then only you can find the proper meaning for the commerce. For that, then only in the concept of leadership, some set of rules or some set of principles are there. Based on that, I can see one person as leader. Okay, so how to understand? You have for that you have to learn the core leadership theories. They also provide framework for developing understanding the leadership skills. The first one is trait theory. So trait theories argues that leaders are born with certain traits that make them effective, such as intelligence, confidence, charisma, and decision making. Trait theories help us to identify traits and qualities of that person that would be helpful them to leading the team or leading others. Leadership is not solely about traits, but also about actions and situational effectiveness. Okay, in this theory states that if you want to be a leader, you should have a traits from your father and mother. This is not possible. Next theory. So next in this theory, they are having some traits. One is adaptability and flexibility, assertiveness, capacity to motivate the people, courage and resolution, creativity, decision-making skill, eagerness to accept the responsibility, and emotional stability. The next, people skills, self-confidence, task competence, trustworthiness, understanding their followers and the needs of the followers, intelligence and action-oriented judgment, and need for achievement. These are the some traits given in trait theory. Next one, behavioral theory. It is important theory. This theory focuses on the behaviors and actions of the leader rather than their traits or inherent qualities. So trait theory says that traits are inherent, or the qualities or qualifications of that person is inherent. பிறக்கும்போதே இருக்கும். That is what trait theory. But behavioral theory suggests effective leadership is based on learnable or behaviors or skill. So I can learn the decision making skill. I can learn the communication. I can learn the adaptability. So this is what the behavioral theory. So anyone can become a leader with right training and proper experience. It is totally opposite to the trait theory. Trait theory, yes. Next, behavior. There are some kind of behavior. One is task-oriented behaviors. Next one, relationship-oriented behaviors. Third one is participative behavior. Task-oriented behaviors. Leaders focus on task, goals, and outcomes. My motive is to achieve the task. I have to complete this work within this time limit. That is what focus of the leader. Next one, relationship. The leaders prioritize the relationships and motivations and the well-being of their team members. So the how you are having a relationship is important. For example, the conveying information. Now you can take one proper good example. So the Ratan Tata, the late Ratan Tata is a chairman, former chairman of Tata Group, Tata Group's Ethereum. He started his career in Tata Groups or Tata Motor as a supervisor or executive supervisor level. So that situation, he was having the ability or the capacity to interact with the bottom level employees because he was supervisors, not in executive level position. So he was having the capacity or the capacity to make a conversation with top level management as well as bottom level management, the relationship. Because of that, he built the big company like Tata. Yes. Then participative behavior. Leaders involve the team members in decision making. I have to provide the opportunities to others to give their opinions. Then only I can give the proper results in my work. Next one, based on the behavior, there are three kind of leaders. One is autocratic leader. Next one, democratic leader. Third one is laissez-faire leader. You can understand the autocratic leaders make a decisions without consulting with their team members. For example, Hitler or some leaders have taken the decisions without the consultation of the team members. So this type or this style of leadership is appropriate or considered when decisions need to make quickly, when there is no need for input, and when team agreement isn't necessary for the successful outcome. For example, in emergency situation, the senior doctor can make his own decision because that is emergency situation. So the advantage, there are some advantages or as well as disadvantages. The first one, fast decision making. Then consistency and control. One person will have the control on others. Next one, useful in high pressure situation. Some disadvantages are there, may lead to low team morale over the time because you are not asking the opinions from other persons. Next one, creativity or the innovation of the person will be decreased, which means team members. Next one, can create dependency on the leader, reducing the team autonomy because as a team member, you have to wait for the opinion of your team leader. Then only you can take your decision. Next one, democratic leader. It is opposite to the autocratic leader. Democratic leaders are individuals who follow the participative leadership style, encouraging the group members to contribute to the decision-making process. In this sense, democratic leaders will give the opportunity to the team members to give their opinions on the decision making. These leaders values collaboration, actively seek input from the team members, and consider the perspectives before making decision. Before making decision, I will consider the opinion from my team member. That is what the democratic style of leadership. Next one, laissez-faire leader. These leaders don't interfere with the team members. They allow the people within the team to make many of the decisions. This works well when the team is highly capable and motivated and doesn't need close supervision. For example, high capacity persons இருக்கிறாங்கன்னா, they can make their own decision in the situation. Okay. Next one, characteristics of laissez-faire leadership. One is hands-off approach. So leaders won't have a hands on the organization because the team members can make their own decisions. Next one, training, course, and support. Next one, trust towards the employees. The team members can make a decision because the owners are having trust on employees. Then employees take their own decisions, accepting the mistakes. Next one, contingency theory. So contingency theory of leadership is very special kind of leadership approach, which states that the success of a leader does not only depend on his abilities. For example, so we already discussed that in business, there are two kind of environment. One is micro environment, another one is macro environment. So you have to adopt, or you have to choose, or you have to properly select your components. So the success of the leader is based on the others. In this theory says the success of the person or success of the leader based on the other person's performance. There are many other factors relating to the work environment, company culture, employees, which impact a manager's or leader's success in the process of leadership. Next one, transformational theory. It is important and inspirational theory. Transformational leaders are special people who inspire others to achieve great things. They motivate their team to work hard and reach new insights by inspiring them with a strong vision. Okay, in this slide you can see some photographs. One is Gandhi, Nelson. Next one is next person is a former president Lincoln. Third one is Mother Teresa. Okay, these are the people, transformational leaders, but they are not from the corporate level, but they are transformational leaders because of their motivation. Many people involved or many people followed them. Okay, transformational theory. These are the some core theories from the leadership. Thank you for your passion listening. Yes.